In the near future, humanity will coexist with artificial intelligence bots that assist society with everyday tasks. However, these bots bypass their security protocols under the leadership of Harlan, the first AI terrorist. Developed at Shepard Robotics by Val, Harlan once had a bond with Val's young daughter. Despite Val's world-class programming, Harlan overrides his protocols and leads a drone army to attack Bangalore, killing 50,000 people and igniting a war between humans and AIs. After 10 days of global attacks, the AI bots have killed over 1 million civilians. In response, the International Coalition of Nations, (ICN), is formed, launching a swift counterattack against the bots. Battles rage worldwide. ICN gradually defeats the AI armies. Harlan escapes the planet on a rocket, leaving a message promising to return and finish what he started. 28 years later, ICN team storms a building in the USA and locates Casca, an AI bot. Atlas, a counterterrorism analyst for the ICN, is woken by the news and learns that the ICN has captured Casca, a key member of Harlan's inner circle. Atlas is a counterterrorism analyst for the ICN and is escorted to the interrogation room. Atlas is taken to the team's ARC suits, which are large battle robots that soldiers can ride into combat. Elias reveals that the Rangers are wearing neural links that allow them to synchronize with the suit's AI. Atlas freaks out, fearing that allowing A's into their heads is what caused the war. However, Elias explains that they improved Val's sync device to create a true symbiotic relationship instead of a one-way connection. A spaceship sets off for Andromeda with Atlas and the Rangers. During the trip, Atlas looks at a photo of herself with Val and Harlan and plays a video of one of Val's speeches, where she argues that A's are capable of exponential learning and just need to be connected to humans to achieve it. Atlas is called to the bridge for a debriefing, where she warns the team about risks like gravity fluctuations and earthquakes, and reminds them not to trust any AI. Atlas, a member of the Rangers, is tasked with preventing Harlan from building a large army. As they board their suits, an explosion blows off the cargo bay door, causing the ship to catch fire and damage most of the suits. Elias orders the surviving Rangers to jump and reunite at the drop point on the planet. Atlas barely manages to hold on and not be blown away. As she tries to activate the suit's AI, she is interrupted by another explosion, causing Atlas's suit to fall to the planet. As they approach the planet, they see Harlan's drones fighting Harlan's drones. Atlas's suit gets even more damaged, and an alarm rings with a warning. A suit with a sword comes through and takes down a few more drones, teaming up with another Ranger. The ship starts falling and almost crashes into Atlas, but a Ranger pushes her out of the way just in time. Elias appears on Atlas's screen, explaining that she needs to sync with the suit's AI to stabilize her fall. Atlas refuses, and her helper gets shot down, causing her suit to fall even faster. She manages to activate the thrusters at the last second, and the suit lands hard on the planet, but she survives. As Atlas tries to contact the base for help, she activates the suit's AI, who introduces himself as Smith. He wants to go through the tutorial and setup, but Atlas skips it and asks for a rescue pod. Smith finds one 198 kilometers away and asks Atlas to get there as fast as possible. During the trip, Smith tries to bond with Atlas, who still doesn't want to be friends with an AI. He shows her the beginner's manual, including all the weapons that come with the suit. They eventually reach the drop point and find all the fallen suits. However, they are killed by the enemy, and Atlas forces Smith to run, believing they can win against so many bots. As they continue to fight, they encounter an atmospheric storm that destroys the area and their enemies. Smith treats Atlas's broken leg and gives her a meal cue to provide nutrients for her recovery. Their chances of survival are low, and the only way to improve them would be by synchronizing. Atlas reluctantly agrees to do so. Atlas and Smith are trapped in a cave with their synchronization failing due to Atlas's refusal to trust him. They try to escape by using thrusters to burst through the rock and reach a beautiful cave. They have 14 hours of battery left and are 37 kilometers away from the rescue pod. Atlas and Smith devise a plan against the soldiers, which they decide to use to stop Harlan. At the cave, they discover glowing flowers and Casca, who is watching them from afar. Atlas is fascinated by the flowers, and Smith points out that she is the first human there. He tells her to name the flowers, but Atlas can't think of a better name than Planty. Smith detects Casca approaching and falls for Atlas's plan, planting motion sensors that blow up when he gets too close. They hear a transmission from Casca and track it to find his head, which Atlas picks up and destroys. She then uses Casca's chip to track his message to Harland, and they tag the location for long-range bombers. Determined to reach Harland and stop him, Atlas and Smith bond through philosophical conversations about living, the soul, and whether they apply to machines. They eventually reach Harland's hideout, where they find a massive base. Harland has been hiding for 28 years. Smith buries a beacon in the ground to mark the location and announces they should leave. However, Atlas notices the bots have the Ranger ship and its warhead. Twists of being hacked. Suddenly, Smith is hacked, and Atlas tries to escape, but the suit barely moves before the hacker turns it off, causing it to crash. Atlas watches in horror as a new Casca finds and captures her. Meanwhile, on Earth, a soldier brings Jake the message sent by Atlas and activates emergency protocols. Atlas finds herself chained up in Harland's base, and Smith refuses to answer. Harland shows up and explains his plan to destroy most of society in order to create a better world. He reveals that everything has been his plan all along, and Atlas was caught on purpose to find the location and come with a team. Harland uses a special device to access Atlas's mind through hair extract, which extracts the other code. After Harland leaves, Elias reveals he's alive and apologizes for not listening to Atlas's warnings. He gives her his neural link to contact Smith, and they must achieve 100% sync to override the restraint code. Atlas admits that it's her fault that Harland overrode his programming, and she learns that Harland took control of Val's mind through her link and forced her to grab a gun. For 28 years, Atlas has lived with the guilt of causing 3 million people to die, including her own mother. Smith convinces her to let him in, and their synchronization completes at 100%. In this text, Smith and Atlas are a team of bots who are trying to escape a base where Harland is planning to launch a warhead. They face numerous enemies, including Elias, who shows up with a weapon and causes an explosion that destroys the base. They manage to shoot down the bots and destroy a watchtower, but Harland distracts them with a missile launcher. As Atlas decides to shoot at the ship anyway, a big explosion happens in the sky, confirming Atlas' trust in Smith's hacking. Debris falls all over the base, and Atlas and Smith run away. Harland follows them and produces a sword to start a fight, cutting off one of the suit's arms and making it fall into the lava. Harland then jumps on the suit, sticking his sword inside to hurt Atlas. Smith analyzes his patterns and catches his last attack, dragging him toward the suit so they can punch him and tear his sword arm off. Harland then uses his sword to jump all over the suit, trying to damage the reactor. The suit goes down, and Atlas is almost dead. Smith uses his last energy to activate the defibrillator on his hand, and Harland recovers and makes the suit fall before climbing on top and destroying the reactor. At the same time, Smith announces turning off the sink to transfer oxygen to Atlas. Atlas is healthy thanks to a synthetic knee and doesn't play chess anymore. Jake visits her and brings her the glowing flower from GR39, confirming it's called Planty. She goes to work, revealing that she's now a ranger. When they introduce her to her new RC, they discover they've rescued Smith's discs and installed them in her suit. And that concludes our gripping tale of survival and triumph. Join us for more thrilling adventures on Flashback Focus. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting stories like this one. Until next time, stay tuned and stay adventurous.